July 15, 2021. This is when I first saw the post of OSIAF, and it was a nomination call for the 10 Outstanding Volunteers of the Year. And this was from an organization called Voice of the Youth. 10 Outstanding Volunteers of the Year. I allow myself to let those words sink in. My inner voice started questioning me. Are you a volunteer? Well, yes. Are you outstanding? I didn't have any answer to that. Do you really think you are better than other volunteers and youth leaders in the Philippines? Can you do this? Be openly judged and criticized. Are you willing to be stripped down to your authentic self? Are you really the voice of the youth? The self-doubt and fear was strong. But what is beyond this horizon of negativity? What will I be missing out? Will I always be this afraid and unsure? Compiling my CV for the nomination, I was underwhelmed. I doubted if whether I really embody what they were looking for. I even questioned my capabilities if I am a true leader. In one of the workshops I facilitate and organize for the Movers program entitled Leadership in Action, a quote of John Quincy Adams, the sixth President of the United States, becomes stuck on my mind. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Following this as my North Star, I shouldered on. I became part of the top 50. It felt like I was dreaming because I am acquainted with people who were great youth leaders and didn't get in. I knew that this wasn't about the nominees, but it is for the communities and less fortunate ones that we have helped. We were given a day to create a video that showcases our advocacies and projects, and with this, I got into top 25. The last hurdle was a final interview. In that whole week, I had a high fever. My body felt like a punching bag and I lost my sense of taste and smell. Although weak, I still proceeded with the interview with my authentic self. I smiled and answered honestly to the questions. If you would associate volunteering with a shape, what would it be and why? And why Superman's underwear worn on the outside? In the awards night, I didn't prepare for an acceptance speech because in my mind, I flopped in the final interview. But when Mr. Brian Dave Perez, the managing director of the Voice of the Youth Network, shared the awardee's definition of volunteerism, he said, volunteers just need to have the heart. I believe that someone had the same definition as mine. I yelled out in delight and happiness when I was announced as one of the awardees of the 10 Outstanding Volunteers of the Year. My fever was gone for an instant. I thank everyone, organizations and individuals alike, for opening their doors for me to share my skills, time and heart to give back to the community. Now, I can answer with confidence the questions that I have asked myself before. Are you a volunteer? Yes. Are you outstanding? Yes. Are you better than other volunteers and youth leaders in the Philippines? No, because I still believe that we are all equally contributing to improve the lives of our fellow Filipinos. Can you do this? Be openly judged and criticized. Yes and yes. Are you willing to be stripped down to your authentic self? I didn't even know why I wasn't able to answer this myself. But yes, I am true to my core and I am an open book. And are you really the voice of the youth? Yes. One of the doors that opened up for me as an awardee of the 10 Outstanding Volunteers of the Year is a scholarship for the Certified Voice Artist Program of Mr. Pacholo, the Voice Master, De Leon Gonzalez. For me, this is a golden opportunity and I couldn't let it pass by. I'm going to use this as a stepping stone to help more, by building my voice to give back. In his pathology, the voice master advised all of us to avoid being self centered. When he was starting out in the voice acting artistry, there were a lot of self centered voice artists in the Philippines, but he took this as an opportunity. He used the situation in the industry to share his skills and talents to everyone instead of keeping it all for himself. He became a lion, helping and protecting the new artists in the artistry and never afraid to fight back the oppressors. I dwelled on the sharing of the Voice Master for the first session of the Certified Voice Artist program. There are a lot of social injustices, especially in our time, and the youth are actually speaking out to the atrocities, but action remains unseen. This is what they want you to be. Voice without action is vain. I want the youth to be inspired by my actions. I want to help by mentoring them in developing their leadership potential and skills. I want to involve them in my path of sharing my skills, heart, and time to the community. I must motivate them with my voice and tell them that no contribution is ever too small for someone who needs it. I want everyone to be with me in this collective journey of positive societal change as a voice in action. Being involved with the Certified Voice Artist program is part of this journey. Imagine if every one of us has their eyes wide open. Imagine if every one of us unleash their lions that they have been keeping locked up. Join me. Let your vision be a reality.